All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Cheese League Baseball. Hey, folks. Welcome back to our second playoff game of the evening. We have the Marauders versus the Rampage. Of course, the first two games, Marauders won. They won 7-1, game number 1, and they won 6-5, closer game. Game number 2. Rampage bats seemed to come alive a little bit last game, but nonetheless, the Marauders, they slugged them out. So we will see what happens. I believe Joaquin Buck had a home run last game, 2-run homer. I believe that gave the Marauders the lead over the Rampage. But it's a whole different ball game now, folks, because we are back at the Bengata Bowl, home of the Rampage. So under the dome, on the turf, let's see what happens. Little preview here. Chip Oliver on the mound for the Marauders today. And then for the Rampage, Alonzo Kramer. Joaquin Buck, of course, I mentioned. He had that 2-run homer last game. Hitting 600 so far in the playoffs. Pretty great. Tucker Gentry and Lila Quinto, not so much. So maybe they'll step it up a little bit. On the Rampage side, Kellen Webb is hitting quite well. 333 so far in the playoffs. And Pruitt, Chang, some of the other players too in the Rampage, you know, across both teams really, are hitting a little meh. But again, this is only the third playoff game, so anything can happen. And anything can happen, especially now that we're at the Bengata Bowl. The bowl's a little bit of a crackerjack box, and ball seems to fly out of that park. So let's get right to it, folks, and watch our Cheese League Baseball playoff game. I believe this is playoff game number 6. Of course, with a win tonight, the Rampage, or the Marauders, I apologize, will clinch a spot to play for the Cheese Cup. There are starting lineups. Joaquin Buck, Raina McLongthrob, and Stetson Fuller, 1, 2, and 3 hitters here for the visiting team Marauders. And we're getting right to it. Alonzo Kramer fires in the first pitch. It's a ball high. We'll change the lineup here for the Marauders. Buck leading off. McLongthrob has been their leadoff hitter for a while. And full count now on Buck. And fouls that one away. Lots and lots of foul territory here too. At the bowl. Grounded right back to Kramer. He snares it. There's out number 1. Here's Raina McLongthrob. 375. 1 homer, 2 RBI so far these playoffs. She's, of course, our batting champ. I believe she had 452 during the regular season, so that is just absolutely bananas. Grounds here to Pruitt. To Chang for the second out. And here's Stetson Fuller. Boy, he didn't have that good of a regular season, but he's really stepped it up here in the playoffs. In 667, 2 RBIs already. Kramer skips one up there, 2-1. There's a ball high, 3-1 now to Fuller. And there's a strike. And walked. So Fuller is on first. That brings up Gentry. Kramer sports the 4-seamer, slider, changeup, also that cutter. And they check on the runner, safe. And a base hit up the middle. Going for third. No, they're not going to test the arm. It's probably a safe bet. And here's Lila Quinto. With 2 outs, runners on first and second, and she pops that one up. Is that Kellen Webb? No, it's Dallas McFreddy. He's there. Put it away for the final out. Kellen Webb will lead it off, though. Here for the Rampage. Playing left field today. Hits that one hard right to Tater Pepperonis for out number 1. Here's Miles Pruitt. Second baseman for the Rampage. swings through that one. There's strike 1 and 2 now. Pruitt. And strike 3. Good pitching there by Oliver. There's Chang now, steps up the plate. Chip Oliver, 4-seamer, 2-seamer. Curve and change from the left side, of course. The southpaw action. 2-1 here on Chang. And now the 3-1 pitch. Two really like the Marauders jerseys. And Chang is walked. Here's Kyan Baker, catcher. Oh no, I'm sorry, DH for today. Hitting 400 so far. With the runner, pretty good speed there on first base. They check on him. As a runner, you got to watch out for that lefty pickoff move. That one has popped up. Cochran behind the plate puts it away for the final out. 6, 7, and 8 due up here, top of the second. Just realize that Xerox Liu has the old school cleats, the flap over the over the laces. Love that. Those little touches here make Super Mega Baseball 3 the best baseball game ever. And swings through that one. Kramer gets him. And here's Wilder plows. Looks at a ball high. Kramer was 2-2 in the season with 19 strikeouts for the Rampage. Their number 3 starter out of that rotation. 3-1 pitch now to Plows. And there it grooves one in. And that one, I believe, that gets off the rafters there. And that one gets off the screen as well. 3-2. And walked. So 2 walks here for Kramer already. How about that? That's quite interesting. Kramer more of a velocity accuracy pitcher, so the fact that he has 2 walks already is hopefully not a sign of things to come. Here's Tater Pepperonis, looks at a strike. And there's a pitch high, 1-1. Pretty good speed there at first base. 3-1. And Pepperonis is walked. Again, hoping to see Tater Pepperoni's brother Spud at some point. And here's Andrew Cochran, his first at-bat of the playoffs, catching today, number 9 hitter for the Marauders. And there's a foul into the Rampage dugout. Ball outside, 3-1, good hitters count here. And that one sneaks through the right side. They send the runner home. McFreddy throws, and safe. The Marauders take the 1-0 lead. And here's Joaquin Buck. And Buck hits that one very high. Think that's going to stay in the park. Parsons tracks it down. And the runner goes to third. So runners in the corners now. That brings up Raina McLongthrope, 0 for 1 so far today. Boy, Buck gave that one a ride. Just missed it, though. McLongthrope, oh, hits that one. Goes off of Kramer. They can't recover. The run scores, and the Marauders take the 2-0 lead. And here's Stetson Fuller. 2 outs, 2 on. It's a ball high. And that one is fouled. Let's see if anybody can get there. No, Chang can't. 1-1. And 2-1. And that one sneaks through the right side. They're going to hold the runner. McFreddy fires in. Oof, McFreddy is he has quite the gun there in right field. And that brings up Tugger Gentry, already 1 for 1 today with a single. Bases loaded. Here, top of the second with 2 outs. All this action happening with 2 outs, pretty much. And the 2-1 now to Gentry. Pops that one up. Can of corn here for Parsons. There's out number 3. So the Marauders leave the bases loaded. Nonetheless, they get 2 runs. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Kason Prouse leads it off for the home team, Rampage. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here in Cheese League Baseball. It's our playoff games. You're having a great Sunday wherever you are. The 1-2 pitch now to Prouse. Hit to Gm3. And there's out number 1. And Lucian Sparks steps in. Shortstop here for the Rampage. There's a strike. Oliver, 0-2 in the season for the Marauders, out of that 3rd spot in their rotation. That one's hit very high. To Gm3. Almost thought that might hit a rafter or something. So quick 2 outs here. Here's Derek Peichel. And 2-1 now on Peichel. And nubbed to Oliver for the final out. Quinto, Liu, and Plows do up 5, 6, and 7 for the Marauders. Quinto has yet to register a hit in the playoffs. Looking tense. And that one's fouled away. We're in the top of the 3rd here, folks. 54 pitches to 55 now for Kramer already. As Quinto pops that one up to Parsons in center field for the first out. So you have to wonder, how long is Kramer going to last? Already some movement on his velocity, junk, and accuracy meter. And that one is hit just foul down the line. And lined right to Pruitt. That's the 2nd out. And here's Wilder Plows. That one's hit quite well. Does it have the distance? It does. It sneaks right over the wall. That actually might have hit off the top of the wall and went over. Let's see. I think it may have. 360-foot shot. Plows' first homer. 4th RBI of the playoffs. And the Marauders take the 3-0 lead with that solo shot. And just as I suspected, Kramer is pulled. We have Gabriel Frazier coming in out of the bullpen. We've already seen him in the playoffs, these 2 teams. As Tater Pepperonis looks at a strike and grounds to Pruitt. There's out number 3. Marauders get another run here. 8-9-1 due up for the home team, Rampage. You see Rampage fans well represented in their home crowd, wearing their rhino gray shirts. As that one has popped up. Freddie pops it up to Liu for the first out. Here's Parsons. See some Marauders maroon shirts out there in the crowd too, so packed house nonetheless. Parsons grounds that one to McLongthrub across the diamond for out number 2. And here's Kellen Webb. 2 outs here in the bottom part of the 3rd. Chip Oliver, 31 pitches, working very economical out there. As that one hit up the middle. It's a little 2-out base hit here for the Rampage. And Miles Pruitt steps in, who's 0 for 1 today. And lined right to Quinto for the final out. Cochran, Buck, and McLongthrop due up here for the Marauders. Cochran's 1 for 1. And he's 1 for 2 now. Here's Joaquin Buck, 0 for 2. Fouled away. Frazier, one of those steady arms out of the Rampage pen this season. Him and Dainty Simon. Kind of a good pair working out of that pen. McLong threw a little swinging bunt there. Right back to Frazier. There's out number 3. A quick top half of the 4th. We're going to the bottom part of the frame. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Rampage. Valentino Chang steps in. Walked his first time up. Don't forget, folks, the Marauders had the best record in all of Cheese League Baseball. They're the #1 seed. These Rampage are really fighting to stay in the playoffs. Took to the last game of the regular season for them to get here, so I'd like to get at least one win. Here's Kyan Baker. Looks at a ball outside from Oliver, who's looking locked in. No movement at all on his meters. Grounded McLong throw. Long throw across the diamond for out number 2. Here's Casey Prouse, 0 for 1. Two and 0 on Prouse. Now the 2-1 pitch. And that is fouled down the line. Like I said, a lot of foul territory here at the Bengata Bowl. But no chance for anybody to get that one. Ripped. Oh, right at Tater Pepperoni's. Nice little snare there for the out. Top of the 5th now. Stetson Fuller steps in. So the ball inside. 3-0 on Fuller, and he walks. And not a good look there for Frazier. Gentry 1 for 2 with a single so far today. Two balls. Pretty good speed there on first base for the Marauders. Actually surprised nobody has run yet. And they check on the runner as I say that. Marauders like to run, as do the Steamrollers. So Gentry walks, and here's Lila Quinto, 0 for 2. Looking for her first hit of the playoffs. Stealing, well, that was interesting. And that's a base hit up the middle. Lila Quinto gets her first hit of the playoffs and her first RBI. Marauders lead it 4-0. Wondering when she was going to come around. She's a pretty darn good hitter. And here's Xerox Liu with no outs. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 5th. Walker Newman comes in. Relief of Kramer. Or I'm sorry, not relief of Kramer, relief of Frazier, who relieved Kramer. Popped up. Don't know what is going on there. Whoa. Oh, that skipped. I thought that was caught in the shoestrings there by Pruitt, but apparently not. And that one's hit into the gap. Extra bases for sure. 1 run comes home. 2 runs score. And it's going to be an RBI, a 2 RBI triple. The Marauders lead it 5-0. And here's Wilder Plows, 1 for 1 today. Sorry, 6-0 they lead it, 6-0. Losing track of everything. That one dies over the infield. And it's a 7-0 ball game. This is very reminiscent, folks, of game number 1 where the Marauders won 7-1 against the Rampage. Rampage bats just could not come alive. Pepperoni steps in now. 2-1 count. No outs, folks. The 2-2 count. Still no outs. Popped up. Parsons is there. There's the first out. And only the first out. Holy cow.
Now batting, the catcher, number 30. Pitching,
and here's Dainty Simon. I mentioned him earlier. Dainty Simon, don't let the inflated ERA for the playoffs fool you folks. He is a great hurler out of this Rampage bullpen. Just got rocked around last time. Got him striking out. And here's Joaquin Buck. And Comrade, yeah, I don't know what was happening with that. Hit very high. Does that have the distance? No, it's just warning track power. Parsons puts it away for the final out. A big 4 spot here for the Marauders. They lead at 7-0 as we go to the bottom part of the 5th inning. Lucian Sparks steps up to the plate. Chip Oliver has a heck of a lead here. That one's popped up. But Buck is there for the first out. Oh, 2 now on Peichel, and got him. So Oliver's out there dealing. Mentioned he was 0-2 in the season for the Marauders. And that one's lined right to Liu. 2, 3, and 4 due up now for the Marauders. And yeah, Comrade, I know it was very close. Very, very close to no-hitter, but that's how baseball goes. And I get very superstitious with that stuff, as that one's grounded to Sparks. Very superstitious. I don't like to mention when there's a no-hitter. I don't like to even look at anything when there's a no-hitter. I get very, very superstitious. There were no no-hitters this season in Cheese League Baseball. A couple of close calls, though, toward the end of the season, as that one is lined out to McFreddy. A couple of really, really close calls, like 6th inning close calls. That one is hit again to McFreddy. Getting a lot of work out there for the final out. But hey, if you pitch no-hitter, 1-hit shutout, whatever, as long as you get the W, that's what matters. And we're going to have a defensive replacement. Majors going to third base for McLongthrob. Sure up their defense. Or give McLongthrob a break. That one's hit quite well and off the top of the wall. Buck fields off the carom. And safe. So leadoff double for the Rampage. And here's Kellen Webb. He's 1 for 2 with a single. And this is the first time the Rampage have been threatening. Fouled away off the screen. 1-1. And it's a little low and outside for my liking, but sure. 2-2. And that looked like a pitch he called a strike before. Off the fists. Pepperonis puts it away. There's out number 1. Here's Miles Pruitt steps in. And absolutely, Comrade, their no-hitters are scary. They're like just such tension in the bullpen. Fuller fires home. No, he doesn't. He fires the Pepperonis. So they give up the run. They still lead at 7-1. And Oliver gets pulled. So we're going to have Grayson Watts, the long man, come out of the pen. And that one is squibbed, but a foul ball. So 1 out, runner on first. Here's Valentino Chang. And the 2-2 count. That one is hit very high and very far and gone. Valentino Chang, 2-run shot. 372 feet. First homer, second RBI of the playoffs, and it's a 7-3 ball game. Here's Kyan Baker. And 0-2 on Baker, and he fouls that one off. Got him swinging. Watts gets Baker down swinging. Here's Case and Prowse, who's 0 for 2. There's a funny story. Forget exactly who it was. That's fouled away. A pitcher is throwing a perfect game at one point, and in baseball, if you're throwing a no-hitter, you pretty much leave the pitcher alone. And there's 3-2 on Prowse. Watts delivers. Fouled away. You leave the pitcher alone. You don't even talk to him. You don't look at him. That's grounded Pepperonis for the final out. But anyway, so this pitcher, I want to say, I almost feel like it was David Cohn, but probably not. But pitcher is thrown, I believe it was a perfect game at that point. And he starts walking around the dugout and talking to everyone, going, "Wow, I'm throwing a perfect game. I'm throwing a perfect game." And everybody's like, "Get away from me. We don't want to talk to you." That was a pop out to McFreddy in right field. Just those. Baseball's a game of superstition. The game of patience and superstition. And here's Liu. And Sparks deep in the hole, fires. Safe. Liu beats it out. And Wilder Plows steps in. Liu runs exceptionally well there at first base. And they check on him. Safe. Swinging through that is Plows, 0-2, and got him. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Good pitch selection there from Simon. So 2 outs now. Tater Pepperoni steps in. Runner goes. And safe. And ooh, that was the pitch to hit. Two and 2 now on Pepperonis. And got him with the big Uncle Charlie. So, bottom of the 7th, Rampage, their last chance to come back here. Grayson Watts still working away on the mound, and that's a base hit to lead it off. So that gets the crowd into this action. Of course, remember, folks, we only play 7 innings here in Cheese League Baseball. Here's Derek Peichel. And we're going to have Odell coming out of the pen. Lefty on lefty specialist is activated. And there's a strike to Peichel. Oh, he plunked him. It's not what you want to do when you come out of the pen. You don't want to plunk the first guy you see. Here's McFreddy now. No outs. Runners on first and second. And that is a base hit. Liu slides and tries to trap it, which he does trap it, I suppose. So bases juiced here. Cash Parsons now steps up. No, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Wayne Payne. And Odell looking tense already. Oof. That was... Oh, Pepperonis. And they can't turn 2, but now there's 1 out. That's that big hook there, man, I would have jumped all over that. Good block behind the plate. 1-0 to Kellen Webb. And now 2-0. That pitch right there, man, just leave that floating up there. It's a dangerous pitch. Good hitters count here for Webb. Fouls that one away. 3-2. And there it was. Got him. Big curveball. Up and away. And the Rampage are down to their final out. Odell's accuracy in the red. There's a ball in the dirt. There, he's bearing back now. And he walked him, so he walks in a run. So it's a 7-4 ball game now. Valentino Chang comes in. He homered his last time up. And now Brennan Dickerson, the exceptional closer here for the Marauders, comes in. 1-1 on Chang. And now 1-2. Fouled away into the Marauders dugout. Grounded right back to Dickerson. That'll do it, folks. And the Marauders win. The Marauders win, and they clinch their spot in the Cheese Cup. Hip, hip, hooray for those Marauders fans. Yo ho, haul together, hoist the colors high, heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die, arg, talk like a pirate, arg. That is the Marauders fight song, apparently. 7-9-0 for the Marauders, 4-6-0 for the Rampage, and let's go through it first before we talk about these two teams. So on the Marauders side, the offense, of course, McLongthrow 1 for 4. We have Fuller with a hit, Gentry, Quinto, also Cochran with a hit. Then the big hits coming from Liu and Plows, 2 for 4 and 2 for 3 respectively. 4 strikeouts, 5 walks on the Marauder side, and I always say walks score runs, so go figure. Rampage, smattering of hits throughout. Big hit, of course, there from Chang, the homer, 2-run shot. Webb and Pruitt. Talked about Chang, Sparks, McFreddy, and Parsons. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks on the Rampage side. Chip Oliver gets the win. Alonzo Kramer gets the loss. Rough outing there. Rough break there for Kramer. And Dickerson gets the save. Top 3 players. Wilder Plows, 2 for 3, homer, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs. He's having a great series so far. Valentino Chang, 1 for 3, a homer, 2 RBIs, and a run. And then Xerox Liu, 2 for 4, a triple, 2 RBIs, a run, and a stolen bag. And I just have to shout out there to the Rampage and to Rampage fans out there. If you're watching, if you have followed the Rampage all year, they had a hell of a run. You know, to get this far, to win it, to clinch their playoff berth, the very, very last game of the season against the Strongmen. I mean, they just slogged it through and through throughout the season. And yeah, they almost came back for sure. But they just had their batch just kind of went cold, unfortunately, when an inopportune time. But you got to give them credit. So Rampage, good on you guys. We will see you next season, I'm sure. We'll see what kind of moves they make to maybe shore up their team. And they were a good hitting team pretty much all year. It was Rampage and Grazers actually for most of the season in the Cheddar division. So the Marauders are the #1 seed. They're just a really, really good team. They have, Chip Oliver 0-2 on the season. Gets timely pitching, I would say. So that's how it works out. So the Marauders clinch their spot for the Cheese Cup. And that means that Steamrollers and Olympians are our next game. So that will broadcast tomorrow night. Tomorrow is what, the... I always forget the date because I have no concept of time anymore. The 21st, so Monday, September 21st. At 8 o'clock p.m., we will have the Steamrollers versus Olympians, game number 4. And we'll see what happens with that. Of course, the Olympians lead 2-1. So we will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Cheese League Baseball. Of course, if you like this game, if you like the Steamrollers win, it's me versus my son. I do remember you saying that. The Rollers were, he liked the blue team. The Rollers were his team. So yeah, you never know. The rollers have been their bats have been kind of cool this offseason too, or this postseason too. So hey, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do give us a thumbs up, like this video. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at geek_cheese. You see it down at the bottom of your screen. Also, follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/geekcheese. That's where you'll find all other fun stuff that we do. And we will see you folks tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, for Rollers and Olympians game number 4. All right, folks. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.